On Whirlpool presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout powered by Dell. We're looking ahead to the game between Royal Challengers Bangalore and Chennai Super Kings. Joining me shortly, Dasgupta and Ajit Agarkar. Right, Deep, Ajit, first of five statements as we preview this South Indian derby coming your way. Statement number one, RCB should get Chris Morris in for Isuru Udana, who's now fit and available. Deep?
Well, I'm convinced that Chris Morris should be in that playing 11. Now, in whose place is the question? So the options are obvious. One is Isuru Udana, the other is Moeen Ali, who played the last game. Well, Isuru Udana has done all right. To be honest, he's done absolutely fine. But what Chris Morris brings is obviously solidity with the bat and also with the ball. He kind of would do what Isuru Udana does with the ball, but add more teeth as far as batting is concerned. Yeah, I think I'll go with Morris for Isuru Udana and give Moeen another few chances, a few opportunities.
Ajit?
Yeah, I'd go for Moeen Ali. I'd go for Morris to replace Moeen Ali. He's the all-rounder. They need a bit of pace. Isuru Udana still provides, there's still a good enough. I mean, Gurkirat played the game before that. So you can always bring him in. Yeah, Morris has got to play, especially after what we saw the last game that they played. He's certainly got to play against Delhi Capitals. We saw him bowling here in Abu Dhabi, warming up before 2 games back. So he clearly is fit. And unless there's a recurrence of the injury, I can't see any reason why he shouldn't be playing. And if he performs to his best, with both bat and ball, gives them a lot of cover. So
fair point. Let's go to our next statement for the Chennai Super Kings. And our statement is that they should use Ravindra Jadeja, the batsman, more. Ajit?
Yeah, I mean, when we did the tournament preview, I think that was one of the tactical things I said, that his batting's improved. They should try and use it. That, to be fair, I mean, the average shows it and strike rate, but there's some cheap runs. I mean, we saw the game, the previous game, he hit those last 3 balls for 14 runs or whatever. But he certainly is batting well enough. Where do they fit him? I mean, how much higher can they get him? I mean, MS Dhoni walked in at number 4 the last game. Like most teams, like we've spoken before, teams are flexible past that number 3 spot generally. Can they promote him ahead of MS Dhoni? I think it'll be more situational, but they certainly need to find a way, if they can, to get more out of him as a batsman.
Deep?
Well, definitely yes. I mean, the way he's been batting in the last year and a half, I think definitely yes. Maybe, I don't know, at 4-5, I think he's good enough batsman to bat at 4-5. I mean, what we've seen, at least what I've observed in the last year or so, he's become more matured. He can play the middle overs as well, can rotate strike. Obviously, he can hit big as well. More than the personnel, I think the approach of them batting needs to change. And I think I've mentioned this before as well.
All right, let's go to our next statement. Teams should bat first after winning the toss now. This game in Dubai, of course. Deep?
Well, yeah, apparently it seems that way, isn't it? I think only 5 matches have been won by teams chasing. So, yes, and I've been fighting with that question in my head as well, and I've got a few theories, but I don't know how much of that is true or not. But obviously, I mean, batting first is the way to go in this tournament.
In Dubai, in particular, Ajit, it seems like teams batting first are winning a lot more than batting second.
Yeah, seems to have happened in Abu Dhabi as well. I mean, okay, CSK didn't help their cause in the previous game. They should have won that, chasing that 162 or 160 odd. Particularly in Dubai, you're right, because the pitch seems to afford something, bowling second. Every now and then the ball does grip the surface, and that sometimes is enough in T20 cricket. So a lot of a lot of captains have started to think that way. And it's only natural that it'll happen more as the tournament progresses.
All right, let's go to our fourth statement. Again, Deep already spoke about the approach of Chennai. Our statement is Chennai can't have Dhoni and Jadhav playing the same way. Ajit?
Yeah, I mean, it's bizarre. They've not played well, obviously, this tournament. Jadhav got a lot of flack for it, but MS Dhoni had the same sort of performance in that previous game. Came in at number 4 when the required rate was just over 8, I think, if I'm not wrong. And by the time he was out, they needed 15 and over. So, as much as Jadhav got the flack for it, I think it's the whole middle order at the moment, which can't seem to do anything. They're so reliant on the top 3, and there's nothing wrong in it. But this middle order is an experienced quality middle order. It's not sort of new guys who've come in to try and slot in. So they've got to do better. As much as you want to, the top order is not going to perform every single game.
Yeah, it's following up to that point on Jadeja Deep. Is it perhaps a punt to keep them apart from each other in the batting order, Dhoni and Kedar?
Listen, again, it's the approach. As Ajit mentioned, that middle over, they played 3 overs in there and scored 10 runs, right? And suddenly that asking rate from 8.5 went to 10, 10, 11, right? So the approach that I'm talking about, that was one example. The other example, Kedar Jadhav playing 2 dot balls in the last over. I know 26 required and all, but I'm talking about the approach itself. You run, you get, the other guy on strike then. And obviously he got what, last 3 deliveries, he got 14 runs or whatever. Could have gone closer. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the approach. There's nothing wrong with the personal. Kedar is a good batsman. He's proven it over time. Obviously MSD and Sam Curran and everyone else. But it's just the approach that baffles me right through this tournament.
All right. And finally, our last statement is that Yuzvendra Chahal should bowl in the power play for Bangalore. Deep?
Well, he's got good numbers. He's got good numbers, and you know what, the luxury that someone as Virat as a captain has is he's got Chahal who can bowl in the power play. You've got Washington Sundar, who's I think very suited to bowl in the power play. He loves bowling in the power play, and obviously he's got those fast bowlers in Navdeep Saini or Mohammad Siraj. So I think or Isurudana / Morris. So I think he has that luxury.
He didn't bowl his full 4-over quota in the last game against Delhi, Ajit. He's used in the middle and the death more often against Watson and Faf. Would you be tempted to use Chahal more in the power play?
Certainly 1 over. I don't know more than an over, depending on the situation. But you've got to bowl his 4 overs. There might be an odd game where it just becomes difficult, where he doesn't finish, depending on the situation. But he is their strike bowler at the moment because he is getting wickets. I'm not necessarily sure he has to bowl too many in the power play because they've got other bowlers. But certainly 1 over with his quality, because batsmen are looking to take chances, and he has enough skill to create opportunities to get wicket. Anyone who can get you wickets has to bowl in the power play, and he's certainly one of those guys.
All right. Thank you very much, Ajit Agarkar and Dasgupta, for looking ahead to this game between Bangalore and Chennai on Whirlpool presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout, powered by Dell.